coming to you live from CBS. This is CBS. This is live. Black Widow. Oh, this is Black Widow. I should have put this in my little jar because it's like gotten all dry. There's a bunch of stuff on my mind, but I don't know what to talk about. Because, like, I kind of don't want to talk about anything, but then I do want to talk about things. I don't know. Working with my music, tomorrow I'll be, putting down the vocals on none of the songs. And, I was, look at that stomach, look at that fucking scar! So, yeah, I don't know what to talk about. I wish I could just like had something cool to talk about, or I just wish things were not the way they are. I just don't really know. And what is Facebook dating or whatever that is? I've went on that and oh my god. There'll be these things that say this person likes you, and not to be mean, but there's people like over 70 years old. And the only thing I think of when that comes on is that I don't want to be all alone in my 70s looking for it's just it just like puts a looking at that's like I didn't want to be fucking looking on that. I didn't want to be, and then that's what the reality is like, oh wow, I'm I don't know. It's really like a bummer. And I wasn't. I almost wish I could go back in time a few years ago and just stayed by myself and never met anyone, because I wasn't looking to meet anyone. So when things have went the way they went, it makes you look at everything differently. Because on what was it, Facebook, I saw 5 years ago, and it's like, I know 5 years ago I was going through some uh, tough shit, and I was really pissed off, like really pissed off. Getting cheated on after 16 years was the final um, smack in the face. But that whole time was a joke. A joke. I wasted too much time with someone who was an asshole and who was ashamed to even be seen with me. That's not good for the self esteem. Not at all. So, I remember just how that was, and all the cats, they were kittens at the time, and I remember I was pissed. Not sad, really pissed off. Pissed. And now I'll see things that were just, it'll be 3 years ago. And I was in a different stage of my life, and things at that point, I was, um, I was happy, but I never thought that that would even happen. So now when it comes on, and you'll see 5 years ago, you'll see how upset I was, and 3 years ago on this day, you see it's like, oh, I wasn't pissed off there. And then seeing both of those like back to back, and then with what is the reality of now, today, it's like, okay. It's not happy. It's pissed off, and it's sad. And I don't know. I know I am a musician now. That's what my producer said. He said, "You're a musician." And I just, it's like I just feel alone with everything. And before, I never gave a fuck. I liked being alone. I didn't have a problem smoking weed by myself. I could smoke until the cows came home by myself, and I'd be a-okay. Now, as seen from my past live videos, I'm not the same. And, yeah. There was like two different ends of the spectrum that were way different. But now looking back and being all alone now, it's seeing the happy times and all of that. That doesn't help. You see something like, oh, I remember how that everything was so nice, everything was great, I was so happy. And there isn't anything good about that you used to be happy. It's just, it's a fucking drag. And what is shit gonna be like in 15 years when I look at something? I have a very strong feeling that I will just, that I'm going to be a very bitter and unhappy person. Like, really bitter. And that's not something that I want to be, but, when things aren't good, it's hard to, like, be in a good mood. And not having anyone to talk to, and it just being only me. Before, I wouldn't have gave a shit. Ugh. See, I'd much rather be on here making jokes or doing something funny, or instead of talking about how sad I am all the time. I fucking hate it. And then it's, yeah, you put these videos where you're feeling really sad, and no one even sees those because nobody cares. So when you see a video that you put up where you're talking about how lonely you are and how sad you are, and that it's not even been watched like one time, that makes you feel even lonelier. And it's not like I'm doing that for attention, because I think I've done a lot to um, try and control these panic and anxiety attacks that I'll be having. Because if I'll be talking to this shit like that, I'm not all alone. But is it honestly the truthfully, honestly, is I'm so unhappy. I've been trying to do like my best with having a good attitude and being positive, and with social media postings not like being all totally doom and gloom, but because that's but I ain't in a good mood. I know that. I'm not in a happy mood. It's the mood like, okay, let the day happen, let it end, and then let's do it again, and let's get it over with. And then my music, it's um, I don't know how to explain it. If you ever feel like you've done things, or like you've tried to do everything you can, and you're in the same spot, you've gotten nowhere. If anything, you've gotten sad, more sad. It's just I fucking can't stand it. Just like if I was some person out there watch, like, I don't want to watch this video of this dude all sad. That's not gonna be like entertaining. But I got some of my necklaces for the ambassador shit that I'm am. So I'm have to try and like act like I think I'm the shit. And who knows? Maybe my music will fucking shoot off. Someone will see it and hear it, and as silly as lots of the songs are, they um, there's songs are really silly, but then there are the ones that were in the sonnet form, in the Shakespearean sonnet form, to where it's and that they're like real. I don't know. What would be nice if if the music would do what I was hoping it would do, would like have a friend to talk to. And but so far I wanted to get all of this in this whole music, this whole collection of things that are being sang about. I want to finish it up and put it in a box and be done with it. Because sure, a song that's really nice and about a happy thing is like that's good. But when it's your true shit, and now that happiness is it's no longer there, so you know how that happy song ended, that as happy and as great and how everything was, that it something was gonna happen to that. It didn't get no happy ending, and things aren't over because there's still days to come and all that. But oh well. I know it'll be after the fact. Someday somehow, um, someone will be listening to Hot Dogs and thinking it's really cool, and then the whole like the whole story of the whole Hot Dogs and Feeder, this whole little musical thing that happened was so much more, and it wasn't just it was a silly and a funny um, little novelty song, but it was just the tip of the iceberg. Then they'll say, Who would have known that the person singing Hot Dogs was so sad? He was always so sad. And then it'll be like a #1 hit. Someone come and play it over my grave, and I'll say, "I told you it was good." And then the story of the Oregon cunt will come out, and when they'll be saying he was talking about this Oregon cunt, then the picture of the cunt would flash on the screen. She's ugly, not hot. Looks like a dude, not hot. She thinks because she's blonde that's something. The bitch is taller than I am. She's built like a fucking truck. And she's very angry and very jealous. Ugly as hell. I wouldn't be surprised if somehow that bitch would come on here and be watching my fucking live videos. That might sound crazy, but for someone to dislike me so much that went to the lengths she went to to hurt me, that says something. Because if you it's I don't like how you think about this, because I was like, of all the people in the world, it's like, then what happens to me? It's like, okay, now you're gonna have it to where you have some bitch who was who wanted to like see you get hurt, who wanted to hurt your feelings, that she made, and this is to do this to someone who was nice to them. That's where I have a serious problem, where I don't get it. It's like I don't get it. And I was looking at the effects of gaslighting, and on something, one of them said, fucking thoughts of suicide, suicidal thoughts. And that shit's true. Even when you don't want that person to be able to because you know they're full of shit, but it still hurts. It's like yeah, you were nice, you did nice things for someone, and you know what? That did not matter because this bitch had it out for you. And why? She thought that I was making a move on her husband, which was not the case. But that just. But I do have the letter that I'm sending to her. And I do know that since she is a narcissist bitch, hearing anything from me will um she won't like it, but that I'm gonna pop her little bubble of thinking she was some godlike figure. It's like, no, you weren't felon. This is a bitch who has no clue that I know of her shitty past and a shitty person she is. She is so knowing that this person she disliked, was so jealous of, now knows these things about her, that will make her mad. And I know that feeling like that doesn't feel good. So and if but you see things where they say, you don't give up on true love, and true love comes back to you. And you know what? With Ginny Lowe and with they're married now. So that's what you never know what could happen. But it just sucks because it's like it we're had to take a detour that wasn't needed to be taken, and that detour was a waste of time and was very painful. So if that makes any sense. So I was smoking Black Widow. It's a good flavor. How come that doesn't? Now it looks like it's. It doesn't look like it's Widow. It looks like Widwad. Black Widwad. I don't know. But it's a flavor. Oh, what flavor would you like? Now, whenever I call it discount dank, I just ask, surprise me.